I'll get to the end of a completely normal day and feel like I messed up. Not because anything went wrong, but because I can't point to anything and say, that mattered. I'll try to replay the day and it just feels scattered, like pieces that don't add up to anything. And somehow that turns into this quiet thought. I wasted today, even when I didn't. If this feels familiar, stay with me. It doesn't feel like time passed. It feels like I lost it. There's a difference. When time passes, it feels like movement. When I lose it, it feels like something slipped. I remember one morning I sat down to play with my dog Luna, and I wasn't even trying to avoid anything. I told myself I was just going to take a minute and play with Luna. Then I just sat there, and at some point I had this weird moment where I looked up and the light in the room had changed. Not dramatically, but enough to notice. And I had this quiet realization. I'd been here for a while, and I couldn't explain what I had been doing. Nothing felt real enough to hold on to. And that's the part that stuck with me. It wasn't that I wasted time. It was that I couldn't feel where it went. If I can't see progress, I assume it didn't count. I didn't realize how much I rely on visible proof. I remember spending an entire afternoon trying to figure something out. No writing, no finished result, just sitting there thinking. And later that night, I caught myself saying, I didn't really do anything today, but I did. It just didn't look like anything. And if it doesn't look like something, I quietly label it as wasted. Unconstructed time starts to feel like a test. This one surprised me. I always thought I wanted more free time. Then I had a completely open day. I remember I was standing in my kitchen, not even doing anything yet, just holding a glass of water. And I caught myself thinking, okay, what should I be doing right now? And it didn't feel curious. It felt like I was already behind on a day that hadn't even started. That moment, that stayed with me because nothing was wrong, but it already felt like I was using the day incorrectly. I'm not just living the day, I'm quietly judging it. There's always this second layer running. I'll be doing something and also evaluating it at the exact same time. I remember one night I sat down to watch something I've been wanting to watch all week. And halfway through, I wasn't even in it anymore. Not because it was bad, because I was thinking, is this a waste of time? So now I'm not enjoying it, and I'm not doing anything else either. I'm just stuck in the middle. I've been taught that only certain time counts. This one runs deeper than it looks. I remember a day where I didn't do anything impressive. No big wins, no obvious progress, but I felt calmer by the end of the day. My head, it felt clearer. I wasn't as tense. And I almost dismissed the entire day because there was no visible result. But something did happen. It just didn't match what I was taught was value. Maybe I'm not wasting time. Maybe I'm measuring it wrong. This was the shift. What if the problem isn't the day, it's the way I'm deciding what counts? What if I've been using a system that only recognizes visible output and ignores everything else? Because if that's true, then of course, most of my life is going to feel like it doesn't count. Not because it doesn't, but because I'm not measuring it in a way that allows it to. And that takes some pressure off. The moments that matter don't announce themselves. I started noticing this. The moments that actually shift something internally are usually quiet. I remember sitting in my car one day, not going anywhere yet, just sitting there, and something clicked, but not in a big way. Just things felt a little clearer, a little more settled. That moment didn't look important, but later I realized that was probably the most real part of my day. The feeling isn't about time, it's about pressure. When I zoomed out, this isn't really about time. It's about what I think time is supposed to be. There's this constant pressure underneath. Use it well. Don't waste it. Don't fall behind. So even neutral moments start to feel like they're risks. Like I'm either doing it right or I'm quietly messing up. Trying to fix it by doing more makes it worse. This is where I get stuck. When I feel like I'm wasting time, I try to correct it. I remember one day where that feeling hit really strong, like I had already wasted too much time. So I tried to fix it. I started stacking things. Answer this, do that, move faster. And I got through a lot. And I mean, on paper, it looked like a productive day. But I remember finishing everything and just sitting there for a second. And instead of feeling good, I felt completely disconnected from it. Like none of it actually belonged to me. It didn't feel like I lived the day. I felt like I chased it. Maybe nothing is wrong with how I'm spending my time. This is what I started to question. Not every day needs to feel productive. Not every moment needs to lead somewhere. Sometimes it's just time. And maybe the goal isn't to prove the day mattered. Maybe it's to notice that it already did matter, even if I can't measure it. I still have days where I feel like I wasted time, where I look back and nothing feels solid enough to hold on to. But I'm starting to question that feeling instead of automatically believing in it. Because maybe the issue isn't that I'm doing life wrong. Maybe I've just been taught to only recognize certain kinds of living. And everything else, I've been quietly overlooking. I'm Scott Stewart, and you're not crazy.